Hello, good evening, friend. Today I am going to study the detailed study of the sulfuric acid. So in this video lecture, we will study the method of preparation, physical properties and chemical properties of sulfuric acid. So dear friend, what we have to study in this one, in the beginning I am telling you, this is H2SO4 is the important industrial chemical. That is the industry. We cannot imagine about the industry without the H2SO4. Okay. Now that is the it is also that is prosperity of any industry. Okay, flourishing of any industry is proportional to amount of the H2SO4 consumed. So greater the amount of H2SO4 consumed means the higher the development of the industrial in the that particular country. Now student, there are so many methods for preparation of the sulfuric acid, but in this video lecture we will study that is whatever they are in our syllabus. So in our syllabus, student, when you are talking about that is one industrial method is there, that is the contact process. So we will study that is the contact process, friend. Let us see what is the contact process. So here I am writing the contact process, student. Let us see. This is the contact process. When you are going to study, student, contact process, actually this process is industrial process for the preparation of the sulfuric acid, which involve into following three steps. And what are these three steps, student? Let us see the three steps. So in the very first step, student, what we do, we will prepare the sulfur trioxide. So that is step number first. I am writing here, student, step number first. So what is step number first? Burning of sulfur or sulfide ore in air. So here we can write that is burning of sulfur or sulfide ore in air. This is also called roasting, friend, in air, to give what, student, what it will give, to give the SO3, sulfur trioxide. Okay, no, it will give sulfur dioxide, I'm sorry. Okay, so what we are doing is, student, if you are taking sulfur and plus the excess of oxygen, so what it will convert, student, this will convert into the sulfur dioxide. Okay, this is what, student, this is the air. And then next one is there, student, iron pyrite is there, FeS2. FeS2 is, student, this is known as what, iron pyrite. This is FeS2 is known as what, iron pyrite, student. And when you are heating this with the oxygen, excess of oxygen, student, so it will undergo the process of roasting and it will give, student, what it will give, 8 mole of sulfur dioxide, SO2, along with also it will give, student, Fe2O3, and this is also, that is 2 mole of Fe2O3. So this is the first step of the contact process. Now, student, what is the second step? When you are going to study the second step, friend, that is second step is the conversion of the sulfur dioxide into sulfur trioxide with the help of the vanadium pentoxide catalyst. So let us see, student, what is the step number, next step. Okay, let me erase the board, student, then we will be able to discuss here. So dear friend, how to discuss the step number 2? Here let us see step number 2. Step number 2. So step number 2 is, student, conversion of, where you will write that is conversion of what, student, SO2 to SO3 by V2O5, vanadium pentoxide catalyst. So okay, with the help of this catalyst, we will convert the SO2 to SO3. So we can write here, student, this one is the SO2 is there, SO2 plus what we will take, student, will take that is O2. Okay, this is what, student, from the air, oxygen we are taking from the air, and this is converting, student, it is converting into SO3. So if you want to balance, student, here is oxygen 2 to 4. So here you multiply by 2, student, here you also multiply. So 2 oxygen is balanced. It is when you are talking about that is catalyst, student, V2O5 catalyst, vanadium pentoxide catalyst. And other things also you can, student, earlier time we were using for this one platinized asbestos. This is also known as platinized platinized asbestos. But nowadays it is not being used, student. Why it is platinized asbestos is not being used, student? First thing, it is costly, and second thing, student, that is second thing is it's quite poisonous also. That is why this is not being used. Now, student, when you are going, let us go and move for the third step, student. How to move for the third step? 1 second, student. So third step, student, in the third step what we will do, this SO3 form, student, we will treat this SO3 with the sulfuric acid. And when you are treating this with the sulfuric acid, student, you will be able to get, student, that is you will be able to get, student, that is oleum. Okay, so let us see, student, what would be the next step and how you will be able to do the next step. So when you are talking about this one, student, this SO3, and when you are treating this SO3 with the sulfuric acid, so when you are treating this SO3 with the sulfuric acid, we will be able to get the oleum. So step number third, student, how here I am writing step number third. So when you are writing step number third, student, what is there? That is form. What is there, student, already? That is, we got the formed SO3. Okay, formed SO3, what will do, student? This formed SO3 will react with the SO2, H2SO4. Form SO3 will react with what, student? H2SO4. Where? H2SO4, and in bracket this is concentrated to give what it will give, student? To give what it will give, student? It will give, that is, oleum. Okay, what it will give, student? This will give the oleum. So here is the formula of, student, oleum is the H2S2O7. H2S2. Okay, here is the formula H2S2O7. This is formula of the oleum. Now what we will be able to do, student, for this process, if the oleum is formed, student, this is highly concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, oleum is nothing but this is a highly concentrated sulfuric acid, and from the oleum you can prepare the sulfuric acid as the desired amount. Okay, so what we will do, student, oleum, whatever the oleum we got, this H2S2O7, this we will send to the dilution process. So when you are sending this to the dilution, okay, so what will happen, student? You see, firstly you write the equation. Here is SO3 is there, student, and H2SO4. When you are treating with the H2SO4, so what it is giving, student, it is giving H2S2O7, and this H2S2O7 is known as what, student? This is known as what? Oleum. Okay, now this oleum, what we are doing, this oleum is taken and this getting diluted. So what you are in the step number third only, student, what we will do, we will dilute this oleum, and then we will try to find out, that is, what is happening. You see, student, here is what we are doing. So dilution of oleum to get sulfuric acid. So what we are going to do, student, here is, which we are having H2S2O7. This, if you are treating with water, student, okay, so this will give what is 2 mole of H2SO4. 2 mole of H2SO4, and this is what, student? Desired amount. This is the desired percentage or concentration. So at what percentage, like that, suppose you need the 30%, 40% concentration, so that is that much of percentage of the sulfuric acid will be you will be able to get. Now, student, when you are talking about the dilution, okay, the temperature here, we have to maintain the temperature in this process is quite the not so high temperature, student. That is, the temperature is prepared lower, because dissolution of the sulfuric acid in the SO3 is the highly exothermic process. So what we have to understand here, friend, that is the temperature when you are talking. So what temperature? Low temperature preferred. Low temperature for what student? Low temperature for high product. Low temperature for high product. This is our the condition. Low temperature for high product. A pressure, when you are talking about student, pressure for this process is high pressure required student. And what is the ideal pressure student? Ideal pressure is the 2 atmospheric pressure. This is the ideal pressure. Now student, what we are going to study? We are going to study the properties. So first of all, what we will study student? We will study the physical properties. Then simultaneously we will go the chemical properties and other properties. So first of all, let us go student and try to understand what is the physical properties of this process. So here I am writing student physical properties. So when you are talking about student H2SO4, so H2SO4 student, this is the colorless, okay, colorless dense oily liquid. Okay, so here I am writing student first point. Okay, first point, H2SO4 is colorless, okay. And what is there student? Dense, okay, dense, comma, oily liquid, and also with specific gravity of what student? With specific gravity student, with means what student? The gravity with reference to water, standard water, pure water. So how much is there student? 1.84 times more. And what temperature? At 298 Kelvin. So this is the first point, that is H2SO4 is, that is what? Colorless, dense and oily liquid with specific gravity. I already told you student, that is 1.84. and what temperature you are calculating the specific gravity friend? That is at 298 Kelvin. Now let us move for the second point student. What is the second physical properties? If you talk about the freezing point student, so it is having the quite low freezing point. So we can write here is freezing point student. So freezing point is 283 Kelvin. And if you talk about the boiling point student, boiling point is very high. And why boiling point is high student? When you are talking about boiling point very high, it is like that 611 Kelvin. This is due to hydrogen bonding. Okay, high boiling point implies that because of hydrogen bonding, the boiling point is very high. Now let us move for the other point also student, that is in this process what is happening? When in this process, what is the dissolution process? What is happening? Huge amount of heat evolve. Okay, so that is third one is it is exothermic process, okay, or you can say exothermic process when dissolve in water, when dissolve in what student? Dissolve in water. It is exothermic process when dissolve in water. Okay, now student, we are going to study the chemical properties. Okay, so when you are talking about after physical properties, what will come student? That is the next properties will come chemical properties, that we have to understand in the detail. So student, firstly the sulfuric acid is the what? Firstly acid, and secondly it will ionize. This acid is ionized. And third things, when you are talking about sulfuric acid, this is the dibasic acid student. What is meaning of dibasic acid student? That it will give the 2H plus ion. Dibasic, meaning of dibasic acid student, that it will be giving that is 2H plus ion. Okay, so let us move and write down the sum of the chemical properties with the help of the heading. So first chemical properties student, which you are writing, dissociation. Okay, so in the chemical properties student, chemical properties. So in the first chemical properties, what we are writing student? Dissociation. And what is meaning of dissociation student? What is meaning of dissociation? That is at 444 Kelvin. Okay, at what Kelvin student? At 444 Kelvin. What Kelvin temperature? triple, not Kelvin student, actually it is the degree Celsius, 444 degrees Celsius. Or if you are putting in this Kelvin, how much? 717 Kelvin you can write. The vapors of H2SO4, what will happen? The vapors of, you can write, that is the vapors of H2SO4 will dissociate into what, student? Dissociate into what? Into SO2 and water, SO3 and water, because from the SO3 and water they are prepared, and similarly at high temperature what they can be also get broken into what? That is the in the same also. So what we will be doing is, student, that is we are writing the equation, student. If you talk about H2SO4, this is there H2SO4, and what is it will give, student? It will give H2O plus it will give that sulfur trioxide, SO3. Now student, we are going for the next one. We are studying the acidic character. So let us see, student, what is the acidic character of the sulfuric acid. So let us try to understand, student, acidic character. Here is acidic character. Acidic character. So what is acidic character, student? That is sulfuric acid is the highly acidic in nature. Okay, this is the something we can call the master acid in case of acid. So it is dibasic acid. Dibasic acid. It is dibasic acid, student. It means it will give two. What it will give, student? It will give 2H plus ion. Okay, dibasic acid means it will give, student, 2H plus ion. So that is what is the meaning of dibasic acid, student. Now when you are ionizing, friend, when you are ionizing this, so how the ionization will takes place, let us see. So if you are talking about the H2SO4, student, H2SO4, so first step is to ionize HSO4 minus, and then it will ionize what, student? H plus. Okay, if Ka1 you are talking, student, Ka1, so how much it will come? 1 into 10 power 3. Okay, now next one is there HSO4 minus, HSO4 minus. So it will give, student, what it will give? It will give H plus SO4 2 minus, SO4 2 minus, and Ka2, student, it is how much? Ka2 is there 1.2 into 10 power minus 2. This is there. Now students see that is Ka1 is very high for this one. Ka1 is very high. Now you have to understand why Ka1 is very high for this case. So let us try to understand, student, why Ka1 is very high for this case. So when you are talking about the Ka1, student, so all the acid is there that is getting ionized, into H plus and HSO4 minus. It means that is the larger value of that H2SO4 largely dissociate into what, student? HSO4 and H plus. Okay, so what here we can write, that is greater, what, student? Greater value of what, student? Ka1 is what, student? Is means that what it means, that student? It means that H2SO4 exists in the form of what, student? In the form of how much it is in the form of HSO4 minus and H plus. This is meaning of what? The greater value of Ka1, and Ka1 value how much is there? It is the 1000 value, student. Now what we have to study the second point when you are going, student. Let us study reaction with the electropositive metal. Okay, so when the H2SO4 react with the electropositive metal, student, what it will do? It will release the that is dihydrogen. It will release the dihydrogen. So let us write the reaction, okay, with the help of heading also. So next point is reaction with electropositive metal, reaction with electropositive metal, electropositive metal, electropositive metals. Okay, so what are the reactions are there, student, when you are talking about? So it releases, what it releases, it releases H2SO, no, it releases the H2 gas, H2 gas and H2 gas and form what, student? Sulfate salt, and form sulfate salt. So two things is happening, student. Firstly, it will release H2 gas and it also form the sulfate salt. So first one is there, student, zinc is there and it is reacting with what? H2SO4. So what it will give, student? This will give that is ZnSO4 plus what it is giving, student? It will release dihydrogen. And if you are talking about Fe, so it is releasing what? H2SO4, and what is happening, student? This is giving FeSO4 plus what is happening? It is the also releasing the dihydrogen. So you may be knowing that, student, if you are having the electropositive metal, so it will form the acid react. So what it will do, that is acid give the what, student? Release the dihydrogen and also form the salt. What kind of salt, student? That is sulfate salt. Now next one is a reaction with base. Okay, so let us see, student, reaction with base. And base, what we are taking, student? NaOH. So when you are talking about NaOH, student, so what it will give, student? You see that is NaOH is there, student, NaOH plus we are having the H2SO4. So if on the reaction, what it will give, student? It will give that is NaHSO4 plus it will release the water. So that is sodium hydrogen sulfate is the product when it reacting with the sodium hydroxide. Now what is the other reaction when you are going other reaction, friend? So other reaction like that we are having, that is dehydrating agent. So we know that is H2SO4 is the strong dehydrating agent. When you are talking about H2SO4, student, so H2SO4 is very very strong dehydrating agent. So let us remove this and try to write that one about the dehydrating agent as a dehydrating agent, as a dehydrating agent. So what H2SO4 is doing, student? Here you can show that is as a concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, it acts as a strong dehydrating agent. No, concentrated, we can write concentrated H2SO4 act as a strong dehydrating agent, strong dehydrating agent, strong dehydrating agent, strong dehydrating agent. Now, student, when you are talking about in the strong dehydrating agent, if A number, okay, so remove water of crystallization from hydrated salt. So it removed what, student? Removed water of crystallization, it removed water of crystallization from hydrated salt, from hydrated salt. So when you are talking about that is, it is there CuSO4.5H2O. Okay, so what it will do, student? It will do that is CuSO4 first case plus 5 water molecule it will release. So this is what is anhydrous copper sulfate. This is what anhydrous copper sulfate, anhydrous copper sulfate. And what it will do, student? This is the white. Okay, this is white color, or you can colorless. And what is this side if you are talking about, student? This is hydrated copper sulfate. This is the water molecule is there. So this is what hydrated copper sulfate, okay, hydrated copper sulfate. And this is also what color, student? This is the blue color. Now next one is the uh, next one when you are doing, that is dehydration of sugar. Okay, so let us see, student, what is the next dehydrate, how the dehydration reaction. If you talk about the sugar, you take the sugar molecule, student. So here I am writing, next one is dehydration of sugar. Dehydration of sugar. Dehydration of sugar. Dehydration of sugar. So what is dehydration of sugar, student? That is C12, okay, C12H22O11, okay. And what it is doing, student? It is doing concentrated H2SO4. Concentrated H2SO4. So what it will going, it will give 12C plus 11H2O. Okay, this will give 11H2O. Next one is the next one, dehydration of formic acid. Dehydration of formic acid. Dehydration of formic acid. Dehydration of formic acid. So if you talk about the dehydration of formic acid, this is the formic acid. Okay, and when you are doing this one, treating with the concentrated H2SO4. Okay, so what it will give? H2O. It will give H2O plus carbon monoxide. Okay. Another things are there, like many gases are there, such as oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, HCl are there, which do not react with concentrated sulfuric acid, so that they can be dried by sulfuric acid. So here one more note I am giving a student, that also you keep in mind. That is, what is the note, student? Gases like that. Gases. What are the gases like? What are the gases like? What are there, student? That like that O2 is there, N2 is there, Cl2 is there, okay, HCl is there, HCl, okay, etc. HCl, etc. What we can do? Do not react with H2SO4. Do not react with which one, student? Do not react with H2SO4, so that it is used as dehydrating agent. It is used as dehydrating agent. It is used as dehydrating agent. It is used as dehydrating agent for these gases. Okay, for these gases. Okay. Now dehydrating means, also you can write the for here, student. Dehydrating means dried. Okay, so you are dried these gases with the help of concentrated sulfuric acid. Now, student, the next chemical properties is what they are, student, as a oxidizing agent. Okay, that is H2SO4 is also used as a oxidizing agent. Okay, so let us write down the what is the as a, how it is used as a oxidizing agent, student. So let us write here as a oxidizing agent. As a oxidizing agent. So how you will be able to use as a oxidizing agent? So when you are talking about the copper, student, copper, so copper will react with sulfuric acid, it will give the copper sulfate. So here is their copper plus it will react with the H2SO4, and this is what, student, this is also concentrated. So what it will give, student, CuSO4 copper sulfate plus what it will give, student, it will give SO2 plus what it will give, student, it will give water. So this is copper, copper is oxidized into copper sulfate. And if you talk about, student, if you take the sulfur and you treat it with the H2SO4, student, and you check it, what it is giving, student, and this is also all the cases, student, this is the concentrated, and where what it is giving, student, 3SO2, student, 3SO2 plus it is giving 2 water molecule. And lastly, student, if you are taking the non-metal carbon and if you are treating with the concentrated H2SO4, this H2SO4 is what, student, this is the concentrated. So what it will give, student, it will give that a CO2 plus what it will give, student, 2SO2 plus also it will give, student, 2 water molecule. So that is what we are, here is oxidation number 4, here is 0. So 0 to 4 student, this is what? This is the reaction of what? Oxidation. So this is all about the student, when you are talking about, this is all about the physical properties and chemical properties of sulfuric acid. And when you talk about students, some other things like that, other things are what they are student, this is the uses. Okay, so it's a use in the very important student. This is the sulfuric acid use is the very important. For that I will try to make another video for usage of sulfuric acid student, but for that, okay, you have to wait, but little usage you can read out here student. Okay, so I told you in the first heading, that is industrial strength can be judged by the how much quantity of the sulfuric acid is used. Okay, so what we have to do student, that is the use in the preparation of fertilizer, use in the preparation of fertilizer, okay, fertilizer, when you are talking about student, ammonium sulfate, like that we can write such as ammonium sulfate, so many, okay, such as ammonium sulfate. And next one is student, next one is it is used as a important chemical or reagent, important reagent for what student? For preparation of chemicals. This is the second point. Okay, it is also used in the manufacture of third point is in the manufacture of what student? Manufacture of, that is pigments are there student, color. Okay, pigments, comma, paints. Okay, paints are in the dye stuff. Okay, dye stuff. Some other places also it is being student used, but that we are not discussing here in detail. For the uses student, you wait, I will make another video. Thank you so much for watching friends.